everybody, what's up guys? It's Blackwing 2040 and I would like to welcome you guys to our first episode of Retro Throwback. Here we are on Retro Throwback where we talk about old school TV shows, even some old school video games as well, and at the end of the show, this topic, we'll talk. I'll play the theme song of that particular show, and we're gonna have a good time. So we're gonna be talking about all the good stuff, all the old school TV shows. We're gonna dive deep into your childhood, peoples. Okay, we are going to have a blast because I'm such a nostalgic person, and I love having conversations with people talking about old school TV shows, like all the cartoons we used to watch growing up on Cartoon Network, on Nickelodeon, on Toon Disney. It's so amazing it's such an awesome conversation to have with people. And just so you guys know, I know back in my channel update video, you guys were questioning me like, will I do like superhero We're gonna do all types of cartoon shows growing up, okay? I was born in the late 90s, but they still had reruns of those old school cartoons, guys. So I know my stuff, and I know you guys know your stuff as well. So it's gonna be superhero cartoons from wherever it came from. All right, so we're gonna have a blast with this. All right, and to start off, our first show for Retro Throwback is going to be the Powerpuff Girls, guys. And let me explain why. I think this has to be my first one of my first Cartoon Network shows I ever watched growing up, and it was also part of the the best lineup next to Ed and Eddie, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory, you name it. It was on every single day. Especially I just loved coming home from school Friday nights and just watching Cartoon Network and just watching Cartoon Fridays. That's like my favorite segment. Especially watching the Powerpuff Girls on a Friday night. I just loved it. And the Powerpuff Girls, it wasn't just a girl show. It was a show for all ages. Like literally anyone. Anyone could watch this show. It connected to all ages, all around. I loved it. Even my mother loved it. You guys don't understand. Even when the Powerpuff Girls movie was releasing, I still remember it. Me and my mother, we went out to the movies and we saw the Powerpuff Girls movie in theaters. And even though it gave the origin story of the girls, and even in the intro it told you who the girls were and how they were created, but the movie went more in depth into that, and that was even awesome about it. But here's the thing though, I don't like how Cartoon Network doesn't even play it anymore. Like, that's one of the golden movies right there, and you don't even play that? That's a problem. That's a serious problem. Now, back to the show in general. So you have your main characters, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, who were created by their father, Professor Utonium. And what they do, they're three little girls born with superpowers who protect the city of Townville, which is run by the mayor, who has a very big appetite for pickles. And next to him, his assistant, I guess secretary if I'm correct, Miss Bellum, who apparently you can't really see her face, but don't fret, my friends. There was actually an episode in the series where her face was actually shown. It was only there for like a brief second, like you can't miss it. But you can go on Google Images, type in Miss Bellum's face, it's gonna pop up. You'll see exactly what she looks like. But that's like in that one episode, that's the only time you'll see her face. And the show had a lot, and being it's such, a very cartoony show, even the villains were hilarious. Like Mojo Jojo, who was my favorite villain of the entire entire series. I, Mojo Jojo, have developed a plan to defeat the Powerpuff Girls, and I, Mojo Jojo, will defeat the Powerpuff Girls once and for all. For I, Mojo Jojo, will defeat the Powerpuff Girls. That was my my impromptu Mojo Jojo impression, because Mojo really speaks like he rambles every single thing he says, especially when he's talking about a plan. He just rambles. But it's just funny. It's just really funny. Mojo was hilarious. You had Fuzzy Lumpkins, who I don't know what kind of creature is he, but he's a creature who lives in the woods and plays on his banjo, and he's a villain with a very short fuse. Okay, so don't get Fuzzy angry. Then you have Princess Morbucks, who's like the snot villain of the entire series. All she wants to be, she wants to be a Powerpuff Girl, but the girls keep telling her that they got their power. They were born that way, and apparently Princess doesn't get the message, and that's why she gets her butt kicked every single time. And then you had the Gangrene Gang, who they were like my second favorite villains in that series. And then you had the lowlives like the Amoeba Boys, who tried so hard to commit a crime even though they couldn't even do it. At least they tried, but they still couldn't do it. And oh my gosh, who could ever forget him? I don't know what, but him was probably the most weirdest character in the entire series. Okay, like I feel like he has no. I'm just gonna call it because if you just look at the clothes it wore, like it wore a skirt, it wore knee-high boots, a feathery sash around its neck, and it had like a twirly beard and a Caesar style haircut. I'm like, what is this thing? Like, who is this? And every time it spoke, it was just so weird. It just gave me chills. Oh, girls, don't you see you already lost? But as you know, I'll just go ahead and destroy you. Just the way how he just brought its voice from high pitch to low, evil, and demonic. I feel like I think him is like the devil in Powerpuff Girls. I think that's what it really is, pretty much. And of course, as the series goes on, the girls protect the cities from a big number of monsters, because apparently I think monsters show up pretty much in not every single episode, but pretty much majority of times monsters would be like the main villain of that particular episode. Oh, almost forgot another group of villains. I forgot the Rowdy Rough Boys. The first time I saw the episode with the Rowdy Rough Boys, I always wondered who are these guys? But I liked the way they were created. Like, Mojo wanted revenge on the Powerpuff Girls. He wanted to have his own version of the girls. Instead, he wanted to make them boys. So he actually found a way to make, the Rowdy Rough Boys, and they were actually a match for the girls. Like, they really put the girls out. And then the way how the girls, they got rid of them. It was a very childish way, but all they had to do was kiss the boys, and they just, they were destroyed. And then what I love though, and I'm so glad I saw that episode, him brought the Rowdy Rough Boys back, and him made them immune to their kisses. I'm like, that's amazing. I can't believe they actually went that far, especially to bring the Rowdy Rough Boys back. That was just awesome. So, in a way, Powerpuff Girls is like one of the most phenomenal series on Cartoon Network. It's one of Cartoon Network's golden series they ever had. And I'm not saying Cartoon Network it's bad, but the cartoons that it's producing now, to me, its only saving grace is Regular Show, Adventure Time, and Steven Universe. No hate to the Steven Universe fans. I don't watch Steven Universe, but no hate. I hear the series is really good. It's building up a big fan base, and that's good. That's really good. And plus, Plus, it has a huge fan base. That's the thing about it. Shows like that, like Adventure Time, regular show Steven, it has such a big fan base. Just like the Powerpuff Girls, it had a big fan base, and it still does. But now that we have this new Powerpuff Girls reboot series, it's not the same at all. Especially bringing in new voice actors. No hate to the voice actors though. It's not really the same. And the sad fact is, the original voice actors, they didn't even get called back to do the series. That's another sad thing about it. But this is just how the business. That's how the voice acting business works. But I enjoyed the Powerpuff Girls. It was an amazing series. Always have a safe soft spot in my heart. Anyone loves the Powerpuff Girls. And for those who are wondering, have I watched Powerpuff Girls Z, which is like an anime adaptation of the show? Yes, I did. I only saw like a couple of episodes, but I'm going to continue this watching it, just to get a more feel about it. And will I do a retro throwback on it? Yes, I will. So I hope you guys enjoyed this retro throwback. This is just a taste of what's gonna come from now on with retro throwback. And like always, like I said, we end the show with the intro of that particular cartoon that I was talking about.
And everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction. Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born. Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil.
And that was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this first episode of Retro Throwback. I hope you guys enjoy this because we are going to have a lot of fun with this new content because I feel I'm already enjoying this already. So thank you guys for watching. In the comment section below, tell me what was your favorite moment or favorite episode of the Powerpuff Girls. Who were your favorite characters? What did you love about the show? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And who knows, I'll see you guys on the next Retro Throwback. And as always, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwind. Stay golden.